Hello, welcome back, and if you're new here, my name is Mary, and today I will be watching Forbidden Planet. Let's go! I don't know much about this movie, but I think I'm watching an older one that is basically...
In the final decade of the 21st century,
one of the first sci-fi movies I'm very excited for.
men and women in rocket ships landed on the moon.
Wait, this movie is older, right, than the moon landing? 1956.
And so at last, mankind began the conquest and colonization of deep space.
It's a lot before the moon landing. So cool to see how they made this technology, right? If you look at sci-fi now versus then.
DC station, on the double.
Mijou. Oh, cool. Damn, it's quite eerie. Ooh. That was a lot. Back to work.
Warm in here, Skipper. Yeah.
Then they flew into the sun, but it was all over.
There's Altair right on the nose, Skipper.
Altair, I mean. I remember I was a kid and then like going outside and like looking through the dark glass to look at the eclipse. I feel like from what we've seen so far, it looks way more modern than in the 50s, no? Maybe it's because... have I watched other things from the 50s that have been in color? And then they switched from black and white to colored movies.
We are now entering the atmosphere of Altair 4. No survival suits will be required upon landing.
Nice.
Oxygen content 4.7 richer than Earth standard. Gravity only 0.897.
Oh, so they're gonna bounce, but they're gonna have a good time breathing.
Radio contact, sir. There's a voice here.
Human?
Yes, sir.
That would scare the hell out of me.
Identify yourself. You're being tracked.
Great.
Cut me in, Frank.
Who are you?
Morbius of the Bellerophon.
Morbius, E. PhD, Lit D. Expedition Philologist.
Philologist.
What's a philologist?
But absolutely no assistance of any sort is required.
Please go away.
I'm in no sort of difficulty here. If you set down on this planet, I warn you that I cannot be answerable for the safety of your ship or your crew.
Oof.
If you'll just supply me with landing coordinates.
He's like, I just told you not to.
Commander, I strongly urge you to reconsider.
I can imagine the crew is also a bit like, do we want to do this? Are we sure?
And until further notice, all hands will wear sidearms.
Oh boy. I'm a bit nervous. It's also interesting because you would link the flying disc more to aliens. It's also just crazy how it's been a flying disc since forever. When did they decide that it's supposed to be a flying disc for the alien? Also, when did they decide everybody's scared of clouds? Of those things. Would you look at that little bounce?
Look at the color of that sky.
This is so cool. I feel like knowing that it was made in the 50s makes it so much better.
I think a man could get used to this. Grow to love it.
I would miss the vegetation around more than the blue or the green.
Hey, what's this dust coming?
Yeah, I'd be running up those stairs already.
The driver must be a madman. What driver?
Oh my god! It's an Naughty Duty. Oh! Man, it looks so adorable, but maybe it's super dangerous, so we'll see.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence. I am at your disposal with 187 other languages.
Voor Nederlands, druk op 1. Pour le français, tapez 2.
High oxygen content.
I rarely use it myself, sir.
Yeah, I don't think a robot cares about oxygen.
Is it a male or female?
Or gender.
Passengers will please fasten their seat belts.
It is polite and welcoming at first sight.
Looks after us like a mother.
Brrr, there we go.
If you gentlemen will go in, you're expected.
The head turn. I was like, wait, his arms are on his back. But yeah, he can turn his head fully.
I'm sorry, sir, if we're not welcome.
Of course, you must stay for lunch, gentlemen. Do forgive the ill manners of an old recluse.
He changes demeanor quick.
Whatever that lunch was, it was certainly delicious.
Simply some of Robbie's synthetic.
He's your cook, too?
Even manufactures the raw materials.
Oh, tomato, okay.
Down here, there's a small built-in chemical laboratory where he analyzes
Nice.
to produce identical molecules in any shape or quantity.
It's a housewife's dream.
He can cook everything and it listens without issue. A housewife's dream and a husband's dream.
Robbie is simply a tool. Tremendously strong, of course. He could quite easily topple his house off its foundation.
Wow.
Pointed at the commander.
Yeah.
Aim right between the eyes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Fire.
Ooh, poor fellow.
See? He's helpless. Tinkered him together during my first months up here.
Coffee is ready, sir.
That was a nice presentation. I won one.
Let me show you another bit of parlor magic.
Damn. They were really ahead of time, weren't they?
Every man and woman of them succumbed to a sort of a planetary force here.
Huh?
Some dark, terrible, incomprehensible force.
And not him?
Only my wife and I were immune. My wife and I differed from the others only in our special love for this new world.
Where is your wife?
There is no record of any wife on the Bellerophon rolls.
Oh, he says that in his face. I would be like...
I thought Robbie had managed some very charming feminine touches. I take it Mrs. Morbius isn't at home today.
My dear wife died a few months after the others.
How weird, though.
Just what were the symptoms of all those other deaths?
Like, maybe it's nothing, but isn't it weird that everybody died except for him?
By some devilish thing that never once showed itself.
And the Bellerophon?
Vaporized as the 3 remaining survivors tried to take her off.
Isn't it lonely, though?
And only waiting to be re-invoked for murder.
If he's a villain, maybe it's better that he stays alone.
Father.
Alta,
Hello? Look at those smiles.
my daughter.
How do you do?
Always so terribly wanted to meet a young man, and now 3 of them at once.
She's also a bit overwhelmed.
She's never known any human being except her father.
It's quite sad.
We young men have been shut up in hyperspace for well over a year now. And right from here, the view looks just like heaven.
Is this a really long intro to a very mature movie, and now they're all gonna go in the bedroom, and it's, whoa.
One day I shall be obliged to make the trip to Earth with her for the sake of her natural development.
I should say fairly soon, too.
I should say it should have happened a while ago.
How lucky I am, though. All 3 of you are such very fine exceptions. Well, you are exceptions, aren't you?
What story is he telling her? That there are monsters on Earth?
What about the commander?
Any girl or woman who lets him get her alone, anywhere.
Damn. Oh my god, they're just standing there looking at them like...
Then my little girl never feels lonely or confined.
I don't know. I have you and Robbie.
And she also doesn't know better, so that makes it quite icky.
Friends.
Of course, these are her friends. And there are gonna be 7 dwarves now coming as well. Oh my god.
Circumstances may keep us here for a while.
Circumstances.
Look out there, Commander. The Bellerophon party. 19 years ago, I dug those graves with my own hands. And I have, believe me, no wish to repeat that experience.
Yikes. Just the idea is awful.
Well, we'll see you again soon, Alta, I hope.
Wait, so how old is she? Because the accident happened 19 years ago? Okay, I don't know about you guys, but my dad never holds me like that. Weird vibes. I don't know, I'm so impressed. I would have never have guessed this is a 50s movie. Also with the tiger and stuff, you could see a little bit of the screens changing, or that it was see-through for a bit, but like it's really well done.
That's solid lead he's carrying.
Strong.
Common lead would have crushed the vehicle, sir. This is my morning's run of Isotope 217.
Woo, like it's nothing.
Does your father know you're out here?
Did tell me not to go near the ship. After all, this isn't very near.
Hey, not listening to dad. Amazing.
I'll bet any quantum mechanic in the service would give the rest of his life for a chance to fool around with this gadget.
Look at them, all the science, all the projects, all the stuff, all the gear.
Can I be of service?
Well, if you could tell me where I could get a hold of some of the real stuff.
The real stuff.
Just for cooking purposes, you understand.
Oh!
Just about 1 jolt left.
Can you put in liquids?
Hey!
Oh! I guess so.
Well, you low-living contraption, I ought to take a can opener to you.
Quiet, please. I am analyzing.
Don't be mean, he's helping you.
Would 60 gallons be sufficient?
Gallons? Mister, I've been from here to there in this galaxy, and I just want you to know you're the most understanding soul I ever met up with.
What an interesting guy.
Nothing really personal, just a kiss. But it's good for you, though. It stimulates the whole system.
Oh my god.
You can't be in tip-top health without it.
Really? I didn't know that.
All the innocence.
Only too happy to show you.
Just like stoic.
Is that all there is to it?
That was nothing, dude.
Well, you've sort of got to stick with it.
She's so unimpressed.
I don't know, Lieutenant. There must be something seriously the matter with me because honestly, I haven't noticed the least bit of stimulation.
Imagine kissing someone 3 times and they're like, I'm not stimulated whatsoever, I'm sorry.
Lieutenant Farman, don't say a word, sir. I know there are a lot of pressing duties waiting for me back at the ship.
Very professional.
And rank doth have its little privileges. 18 competitively selected super perfect physical specimens who have been locked up in hyperspace for 378 days.
What he's meaning to say is we're all horny.
Get out of here before I have her run out of the area under guard, and then I'll put more guards on the guards.
You better, because these guards would be drunk Robbie.
And what is it you require this time, Miss Alta?
I must have a new dress right away.
Okay. I can't. I don't know how to react to this.
With lots and lots of star sapphires.
Would diamond or emeralds do?
They're large enough.
Okay, a diamond will do fine. I'm very curious what this dress is gonna look like.
Do you hear something? Like a sort of big breathing.
But I can't see it. Oh. You also don't want to be point of view of the invisible monster. Uh-oh. Well, do you reckon this is Dad? Looking for the guy who's trying to stimulate his daughter with hugs and kisses.
Last night, during your watch, this ship was entered, and valuable government property was sabotaged.
Oh.
Now, the two of you claim to have been at your post.
Now they're gonna get the blame. But why would he want them to not be able to go? Is it because he doesn't want to go with them?
Now, with every facility of the ship, I think I might be able to rebuild it.
I love how motivated they still are, right? There's something clearly going wrong. Sabotaging. And they're like, let's just do it. If you can't get enough, make sure to head over to Patreon. Not only do I post early access on Patreon, so you can find the shows and movies earlier on there. I also post the full-length reactions if you like to watch the shows and movies together with me. But I also upload a lot of exclusive shows and movies that I can't get to the channel in time or edit it or copyright or anything else in between. So we just finished Mindhunter Season 1. We just finished Westworld Season 1 and 2. And now I'm starting to upload Altered Carbon Season 1 and Silo Season 1. Those are the shows, but we also have some movies. I just uploaded Blade Runner 2049. I will be uploading Citizen Kane and I, Tonya in June. If there's other movies that you want me to watch, make sure to let me know in the comment section. As always, joining Patreon supports me a lot. It helps me work with editors. At the time you're watching this, I am almost giving birth, and you will not really notice that on the channel because I have amazing people to work with, and that's thanks to Patreon. So if you decide to join, thank you so much. If you can't, if you don't want to, I totally understand. You don't have to. There's a bunch more over there if you just can't get enough of the channel and want to support. All right, let's go back to the reaction.
Oh, I see. Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, a little bit of there. Would you look at him? Oh. Okay, he's fine. For a second, I was like, whoa, Robbie, that's a lot.
Morbius is in his study, sir.
Is there any other way out of there?
This is the only door.
The only door doesn't mean there's no other exit, right? Might be paranoid.
You stay right there where you are and keep your eye on that door.
Of course. I need to go and check what's going on outside for our safety.
Come on in.
Didn't bring my bathing suit.
If he comes out there without a bathing suit in the water, she's gonna be in shock.
Well, don't worry. You're not going to have to look at me anymore from now on.
Yeah, he really is grateful for the fact that you're covering up because he was having such a hard time.
All right. You can look now.
Wow. Still lovely, right?
Thought you weren't expecting me today.
Wasn't.
Look at them too.
But I have had poetry and mathematics, logic, physics, geology, and
Biology?
She had biology?
It's mostly on the theoretical side.
Well, so far.
Ooh.
Huh?
Ooh.
What's wrong with theory?
I don't know what I was expecting from this movie, but not this. Oh. Oh, okay. Stimulated all right. I'm blushing. Oh my god. What a bummer. Damn, other people need to be scared for like the father-in-law, but he has a tiger jumping at him. You lasered her friend.
I had to do that.
He didn't recognize me. He would have killed me. Why?
Oh.
You really don't know, do you?
No, I don't.
Wait, why would he have killed her suddenly?
Is he still in there?
Hasn't come out.
Have they at least knocked?
Doc, something new has been added.
Oh.
Imagine like dissing the others for kissing her and then like going at himself the next day. Oh no. Not a surprise, right? Well, hello.
You'll find the household silver in the dining room and my daughter's jewelry on her dressing table.
You're not here to steal.
In times long past, this planet was the home of a mighty and noble race of beings, which called themselves the Krell.
You do wonder, right, if there's things out there and you're like, probably yes, but also like more evolved and like, how would that be like? And
This all but divine race perished in a single night.
oi,
No record of their physical nature has survived.
it's crazy that you have no idea what to imagine when you think about them. And also because we just saw an invisible creature.
That recording was made by Krell musicians 500,000 years ago.
Whale sounds to fall asleep to.
Krell metal. Try your blaster there, Commander.
Kinda looks like how he did the metal blinds. Strong.
The molecules are many times more densely interlocked than in earthly steel, yet it drinks up energy like a sponge.
Oh, right, because it also doesn't like come back at you, right? It absorbs it.
On this screen may be projected the total scientific knowledge of the Krell, from its primitive beginning to the day of its annihilation.
You're able to read this?
A little, it's my profession.
That's crazy. Well, I guess because he's specialized in language that maybe he knows the tricks.
The first practical result was that robot of mine, Child's Play.
Child's play.
I've come here every day now for 2 decades.
Think what a discovery of this
Dr.
kind will...
Morbius, what is this device over here?
Wait, did he try... What did he try to do there?
What's happening there?
Oh, for a second I was like, a person? His daughter?
That's Altera.
Aw.
Simply a 3-dimensional image, Commander.
How sick is this? This is so cool.
Would you gentlemen care to take the Krell test of your intelligence?
Yes, very much.
You may be disappointed, Commander. Suppose we start with a good doctor.
Yeah, this could be really confronting.
Now, Doctor, you can read it here.
Oh wait, him went all the way up.
I have an IQ of 161, yet I don't register a third what you did.
He's like, oh, I can't tell my mom about this.
It's all right, sir. A commanding officer doesn't need brains. Just a good loud voice, huh?
How do I make an image? I just pull this switch
Don't
here?
stop.
Hello, voice, like, I'm not gonna let this bother me.
In my first attempt at creating an image here, my brain pattern there was scarcely any larger than yours. Afterwards, I lay unconscious for a day and a night.
Ooh, so you need some training.
But you can imagine my joy when I discovered that the shock had permanently doubled my intellectual capacity.
Damn. So it basically was a bit of cheating, right?
These devices, self-serviced, self-maintained, have stood exactly as you see them for 2,000 centuries.
It's crazy. Meanwhile, an iPhone lost less than 2 years.
Gentlemen, would you care to see some more of the Krell wonders?
Yes, please.
If you will, step in this shuttle car.
Oh, I'd be a bit nervous though to go first and he closes it behind you. I know I'm so paranoid.
How often the Krell technicians have ridden in this little vehicle?
This is sick. Oh, I didn't even see them there. Little beads. Damn, this is massive.
Look down here. Look down, gentlemen. Are you afraid?
Yes. I'm so afraid of heights. Oh, ooh.
7,800 levels.
Wow. The bigger this seems, the more lonelier I would have felt. Like it would take you years to even check the different levels.
Be sure and look only in the mirror. Man does not behold the face of the Gorgon and live.
There's been some drugs there, right?
All hands, stand clear of fence area. All right, Quinn, turn it on.
Whoa, they're completely like... Oh, fenced in.
There you are, sir.
Very good.
Hopefully it does a trick, right? What if we see again during the night and it like goes over or something?
I request the lieutenant's permission to take a little walk outside the perimeter, sir.
I hope he's not gonna, I don't know, run through it again and then get zapped or something. Hope he will be fine. Oh my god! Oh, amazing!
480 pikes, as you requested.
That's crazy. Oh, what would you guys pick food-wise if you could get this amount? How is he gonna explain this? Okay, is it through?
stop now.
Did it get stopped or is it
Check over the
already
whole system
through?
first thing in the morning.
Aye, sir.
Maybe. Oh! Oh, it's giving me chills. Those are no small feat. Oh! I was just gonna say, I feel like they're so unbothered by having to put a fence on and then it does weird stuff and they're just like, okay.
Krell science, as I may from time to time deem suitable and safe, I shall dispense to Earth. Other portions I shall withhold. And in this I shall be answerable exclusively to my own conscience and judgment.
It's a lot of power.
Commander, Skipper, the chief's been murdered. Yes, he was alone, working on the monitor. The rest of us were all outside on guard duty.
Oh, no.
Skipper, his body is plastered all over the communications room.
Ah, ooh. Uh-oh, tension is rising. What's he thinking right now?
Started again.
Oh, no.
Tried to make this plaster model from the footprints we found. 37 inches by 19.
That's not very promising.
This thing runs counter to every known law of adaptive evolution. Characteristic of a 4-footed animal. Yet our visitor last night left the tracks of a biped, primarily a ground animal, too.
Is that supposed to just be the footprint? Because then it's ginormous.
Is that what you made out of that footprint, Doc?
I'm very curious to see the actual thing now and see if it has any resemblance to this or not at all.
You were with the robot last night?
I hope you don't think I could have got that stiff in 5 minutes.
Damn right, we had to check his alibi. How sad.
Well, I guess that kind of washes the robot up.
Ah, okay. I was like, did they ask for him though, or for Robbie?
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Oh, imagine being buried on another planet.
Fine technician.
Like for the family and stuff, you can't say
Good shipmate.
goodbye and have a place to grieve.
Good day, Dr. Morbius.
I wonder if his name, like Morbius, morbid.
Remain here, and the next attack on your party will be more deadly and general.
How do you know that?
I seem to visualize it. Call it a premonition.
Not a hunch. In a sense, though, we did see that the fence reacted, right? So it wasn't complete out of nowhere.
Check good.
All right, they're ready to rumble. What a machine.
But they're a little trigger happy. They're sort of edgy to see whatever's out there.
Understandably so, I guess.
Sir, radar just picked up something.
Where are we?
At the head of the arroyo.
Uh-oh, it's go time. It's so cool. 50s.
May have been a rooster diverted from some other part of the perimeter. You men will continue watching on your own immediate fronts.
That's smart. I would be all in there, but yeah, could come like a maneuver.
It just stopped at the foot of the pass. It's coming on again.
Oh no.
It's still coming.
I'm so scared. After seeing that footprint thing. Oh, here it comes. What? Does it only have 2 feet? Stomp. Oh. No, Jerry, did you not see what just happened? What? Thank God it's still in that fence or you wouldn't even see it. Uh-oh. See, now I'm scared because I think it's still there.
I just had a terrible dream. What? The thing I saw was trying to break into camp. It was gonna kill.
What interesting is she's actually dreaming what's going on.
Get those graves dug. Keep the men busy.
Right, the busier the better.
I don't know if being busy with digging graves would take my mind off things.
Whatever it was, our main battery stopped it.
You believe that?
I thought it had passed through the fence and that it was in there, but they couldn't see it anymore, which...
It must have been renewing its molecular structure from one microsecond to the next.
Damn. Also not great news.
The ship was vaporized, trying to lift off.
Which makes it a gilt-edged priority that one of us gets into that Krell lab and takes that brain boost.
Who's gonna be the smart one?
We're pulling out.
What are they gonna do? They're not gonna want to come, right?
No lights showing.
But yeah, he has like concrete blinders.
I am monitored to admit no one at this hour.
It's your new friends.
Cancellation Archimedes.
Is he going off to the IQ thing?
Darling, please go.
Damn, she went from just theoretic biology to...
If you love me, go.
Doc, will you talk some sense to this girl?
See, like, imagine if Doc had actually stayed there, how incredibly awkward that must have been. Oh no, what?
So you took the brain boost, huh?
Well, he's alive.
You ought to see my new mind. Up there in lights.
It worked?
Monsters from the id.
The id? What's that? Doc.
Oh no, don't die now. Oh my god, Monsters from the Id. The end. Poor man. Oh great, one by one, they fall.
How romantic.
The fool.
Can he
meddling
help?
idiot. Let him be buried with the other victims of human greed and folly.
They were coming there to help him, weren't they?
Morbius, you wanted me to make a choice. Now you've chosen for me.
Alta.
I'm ready to go with you, darling.
Oh, she used his first name.
What is the id?
The elementary basis of the subconscious mind.
The monsters in your brain.
Monsters from the subconscious.
Creation by mere thought.
Why haven't I seen this all along?
You were too close to the problem.
Krell forgot one deadly danger. Their own subconscious hate and lust for destruction.
And that's what came out.
The mindless primitive.
And so those mindless beasts of the subconscious had access to a machine that could never be shut down.
So sad. How suddenly evolving so far causes so much destruction immediately.
The last Krell died 2,000 centuries ago.
Your mind refuses to face a conclusion.
It was her dream too, right?
Morbius, something is approaching from the southwest.
Is this an also mind created?
You still refuse to face the truth.
What truth?
That thing out there.
It's in your mind?
You're insane. How else would you have landed here where Alta must see you torn to pieces?
You still think she's immune? She's joined herself to me, body and soul.
And that's why it attacks her.
Tell it you don't love this man.
Not even if I could.
That's why the tiger also wanted to attack her.
Stop it, Robbie. Don't let it in. Kill it, Robbie.
He can't. Oh, fuck. The eyes. Uh-oh. Yeah, but he's running, but he is fine, right?
We're safe.
It's so invisible, like, did it get in or not? Maybe it literally got in.
Whatever you know and hear, your twin self out in the tunnel knows too.
I'm not a monster, you.
That's true, that's smart.
20 years ago, when your comrades voted to return to Earth, you sent your secret id out to murder them.
Confrontation time. Oof.
Harm my own daughter.
But now she's defying you, Morbius. And even in you, the loving father, there still exists the mindless primitive. So now you're whistling up your monster again to punish her for her disloyalty and disobedience.
So it's time to let her go.
That machine is going to supply your monster with whatever amount of power it requires to reach us.
Oh, God.
Soon it'll be white hot.
Is he gonna do something, Morbius?
Yes, I must be killing.
Then help us, darling.
It's so sad that he is struggling with this himself. He's like subconsciously bad. Oh, it's almost there.
Guilty! My evil self is at that door, and I have no power to stop it!
If he would kill Morbius, I'm not saying he should, right? But if he would kill Morbius, would then the monster die too?
Stop! No further! I deny you! I give you up!
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Oh, Father.
The switch. Throw it.
What did he just do?
In 24 hours, it must be 100 million miles out in space.
Oh, he's gonna blow the whole thing up.
All
Oh, that's sad though. Like he didn't know, right? He didn't know what he was doing. He thought he was just
98,000,000.6.
a scientist.
We're clear now. What an astragator.
A genuine privilege, Commander. Aye, aye, Skipper.
Must be hard when you know that your dad was there. And she didn't know anyone else.
About 1,000,000 years from now, the human race will have crawled up to where the Krell stood in their great moment of triumph and tragedy.
That's crazy, right? How long it would take.
Your father's name will shine again, like a beacon in the galaxy. Will remind us that we are, after all, not God.
They're so undramatic in their emotions, right? If this was a recent movie, it'd be like, oh my god, my father. And she's just like listening to his wise words in silence. Oh my god, this movie. Wait, I kind of want to see. You know what is weird though? Knowing that probably most of these actors have passed away at this point. Oh, I didn't recognize Leslie Nielsen. Yes, see, I'm just going to the list and you know it, right? Because it came out so long ago. Which is crazy how, yeah, media works in that sense. Because, yeah, back then when they had their first movies, there were movies that were 70 years old and they were thinking about these actors and then pausing. And because, for example, this channel, I get to watch this movie because otherwise I would have never heard about it, never watched it, and how it keeps things alive for such a long time. And I feel that this movie held up really well. Because sometimes I think when you see older media, you can be like, well, you know, of course it doesn't have the special effects, but you can still see that it's an older movie or that didn't really held up through time. But I feel like this was actually really great. I didn't feel at all like I wasn't watching a 70-year-old movie. And I really enjoyed the story as well. Them going there, the mystery behind this man and his daughter, and what it meant, and the Krell, and then the monster that suddenly popped up. And I feel like it's actually a really cool ending with how it came from your own mind, and that they had never expected that they were so powerful, so evolved, and yet they didn't realize that the evil would come from within. And then that Morbius was having that same problem, and then the switch towards his daughter as well, right? That we thought she was immune, but the only reason being was because he was protective over her. And once she started to break free, that she was suddenly in danger. And it's so sad because he was like the villain, but he didn't even know. And I think it makes sense that if we were him, then probably our subconscious would protect our children as well and turn against the things that you feel like are endangering your situation. So it really makes you think on a deeper level, like, oof, the monsters from your brain that you're not even thinking about actively. I also feel like it was really cool with all their gear and machinery. It looked actually pretty cool. It's funny because I've told you guys, right, that sci-fi was a genre before I watched this channel that I was like, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy any media of it. And I've been proven wrong and time again. And it's really cool to see what is, I've heard, like, maybe I'm wrong, right? Tell me if I'm wrong, but like one of the first sci-fi movies out there that is so good. And we're watching this decades and decades and decades later. I kind of want to ask my parents, right? So that year my dad was 6 and my mom was 2, if they had heard about this movie, did they watch it or not? Because I feel like at that point TVs were not that spread really, so yeah, maybe not at all, maybe they did. I'm gonna ask them. I do hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you want to see the full length reaction, you can find that over on Patreon. And on Patreon, I'll always post a little bit early access, so if you cannot wait for next reactions, if you want to get everything earlier, movies, shows, make sure to head out to Patreon. I also post extra reactions to shows and movies, so there's always more to find over on Patreon, and it supports this channel a lot, so thank you for considering joining over there as well. I wish you a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!